Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a mukbang. I am recording on Brian's camera, so I'm not sure how the quality is going to be. It's supposed to be a 4K camera and it can record for up to 30 minutes. So I'm out of breath because I just got home from Subway. I got the buy one get one free footlong. So I got Brian a Philly steak and cheese, which he will eat once he's home from work. I am pretty hungry. I think right now it is, let me see, it is 7:30. And I wanted to do a Subway mukbang. I was going to do like Sarku Japan or like Chick-fil-A or whatever, but I chose to do Subway because that's what I was craving. So I got a footlong. It is a deluxe tuna and it has black olives, green peppers, onions, tomatoes, spinach, mayonnaise, and either provolone or pepper jack. I'm not sure which cheese, but that is what it looks like. Very beautiful. I haven't had a tuna sub from Subway in a really long time, but I really love their tuna subs. And then I stopped at Dunkin's and I got myself a matcha with vanilla syrup added in the matcha, and then I got the vanilla sweet cream cold foam added on top, and then I just have the Ruffles baked chips that I got from work a couple days ago. So today, for the mukbang, I wanted to talk about ghost stories. So if you're not interested or if you don't believe in ghosts, you don't have to watch, but I wanted to talk about my experience with ghosts that I've had in the past. I have these stories in my notes, so I'm going to be pulling up my phone to look at that. So let's get right into the mukbang. I'm kind of hungry. I'm not starving, but I am hungry, right? So, like I said, I wanted to talk about ghost stories. I've always believed in ghosts since I was a little kid. I've had a few experiences in my life, and not all of them are good. Not all of them are bad. But I just wanted to, I guess, talk about that while I do a mukbang because I didn't really know what to talk about. But I love ghost stories. I love watching Sam and Colby on YouTube. I love watching FaZe Rug when he does his, like, scary videos and stuff. Let me take my first bite of my sandwich quick. That's what the inside of it looks like. I don't know if it's even focusing. Hopefully it is. It's a little dry. Oh, I just got something in my eye. I think it's mascara. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started and start talking about our ghost stories. So, my first story dates back to when I was a kid. I was probably like between the ages of like, I'd say like 8 and 12. I don't know how old I was. But my mom and I used to live in this house, and it always gave me like creepy vibes, and my bedroom was like up in the attic. And when I say attic, I don't mean one of those attics where like you have to pull down that lever and then the ladder comes falling out. I don't mean an attic like that. It was just like an upstairs, and it was just like really creepy and eerie. Like I just always was really scared going up there. And there was this one night when my mom was downstairs sleeping and I was upstairs in my bed. And I remember it being like really late at night. I don't know what time it was, but I remember feeling like something like pushing down on the mattress, like coming towards me. And we had a cat at the time, but he was really scared of like me as a kid because I would always torture him, you know, because like being kids, you just like to torture animals. Well, not torture. When I say torture, I mean like I would love to pick him up, give him hugs, kisses, and like obviously cats don't really like that. So he hated me because I would always try and like pick him up and stuff. So when I say torture, I don't mean actually torture. You know what I mean? So I would always try and pick him up, whatever. And yeah, so he was afraid of coming up in my room. And I remember like feeling something coming towards me and like my heart was like racing. I was like, what is that? So I don't know if I ever told my mom or not. It's a really long time ago, but that's like one of my first memories of like ghosts. And these are not going to be in order because I don't remember like when everything happened because it's been within like the last 8 years. So the next story I have, I was hanging out with one of our old friends from high school, And this was, I don't know if Brian and I were dating at the time or if we were just friends, but we were driving through the cemetery, and this was like the main road, right? And I turned right to go into the cemetery, and as my headlights like shined over the houses, all I seen was this big black tall figure, and it did not look human-like. It looked like a monster, like Slender Man. I saw the shadow of it like walking in the shadow of like when I was turning. I just saw it walking, and like you could see like the gravestone heads or the tombstones, whatever those are called. You could see them like shining as I was turning my car, but you could clearly tell that it looked like a really tall figure just like walking. And it was just like the scariest thing. Brian even saw it too. And I thought I was the only one. I was like, bro, did you just see that? And he's like, yes. And I was like, So that was another story. This is one of my scariest stories I have, and I don't remember when it happened. It was a few years ago. But this was really late at night. Brian and I were both sleeping, and I woke up, and I wake up a lot throughout the night. It's just like a common thing for me. I don't really sleep all night, but I'm going to take a drink of this. Oh my God. I haven't had matcha from Dunkin' Donuts in a really long time. I'm going to take a couple bites because I'm hungry. That's good. That was a big bite. I need to learn how to pace myself because I get out of breath so easily because I talk so fast. And I'm fat, but whatever. Okay. Another bite. I'm so cringy. Whatever. If you don't like it, I'll be sad, but whatever. Why do I do shit like that? It's embarrassing. Okay, continuing my story. So, really late at night, both Brian and I are sleeping, and I don't know what time it is, but I was laying on my side, you know, whatever, and I was facing like this way, and we had a big closet, and we always used to keep Brian's side of the closet open. And Brian had this tall white laundry basket, and it had like the little square holes in it, you know, so you could like obviously tell that it was a laundry basket if your eyes were open in the dark. And like we always had like light coming in through our blackout curtains that would like, you know, because it's obviously not going to black out everything, so you could like see still in the room, whatever. And Brian was sleeping, and I had woken up out of my sleep, like I said, and I opened my eyes as my head's on my pillow. And I looked straight at my closet, and I saw like a black figure like crouching down, and you could easily tell it was a figure. I could see the outline of the head. I could see the outline of like the knees and the feet and like the back, you know, whatever. And it was crouching down, but it was like facing towards the closet. It wasn't facing towards me. And I kept like blinking, and I kept like rubbing my eyes, and I kept just like squinting and like staring. And I remember like kind of sitting up a little bit, and I kind of like leaned forward, and I was like just looking, because I'm like, is that like really what I'm seeing right now, or is it like Brian's shirt? Like, is it a sweatshirt? Like, what is it? So I had turned around, and I like was shaking Brian, and I was like, Brian, like, wake up, like, please wake up right now. And I remember him being like, what, you know, like what? And I remember I was like, Brian, I'm like, I see something over there. And I remember turning around to look towards the closet, and as I turned around and looked, I'm getting goosebumps right now, bro. Like, this story like freaks me out because this is one of the scariest stories scariest things that's ever happened to me, paranormal, whatever. So I like turn and I look, and the black figure is standing And it is super tall. It's like a little bit taller than the closet doors. Oh my God, I have such bad goosebumps right now. It just like scares me so bad. But it was like tall. It was really tall, and it was like a black figure. You could see the outline of the hands. Like the fingers were super long. Like you could just see it. And I remember like holding the blanket over my head like little kids do. I do that. I held the blanket over my head, and I was like, Brian, like there's something there. And I remember like, I don't remember what happened after that because everything was just a blur. But yes, so that was one of the scariest stories ever. There was also another time when Brian's sister and I were sitting in the living room, and we had like this big giant sliding screen door that would like go out to the backyard. And I remember the screen was shut, but the main big door was open, so we could like hear the outside. And it was fall time, and sorry, my mom sent me a text message. She called me, so I'm gonna text her and tell her that I'm doing my video. But you could hear like the leaves rustling outside from the wind and stuff because it was fall time. And all of a sudden, like the wind stops, you can't hear anything, but you can hear like somebody walking through the leaves. And I look over and I like look out into the screen door, and I see this big, tall, black figure. Like it wasn't walking, it was like floating above the leaves, but you could hear the leaves moving like somebody was not crawling, but somebody was walking through the leaves. And so I remember like looking at a sister, I was like, did you just see that? And I don't remember if she's seen it or not, but I remember like getting up really fast and like running towards the screen door, and I like slid it open, and I was like looking around like the backyard, and nothing. There was nobody. There was no more leaves rustling, like absolutely nothing. So, yeah, that story. There was another story when, a good one. I was sitting on our bed at the apartment, whatever, and I had one headphone in my ear because I was about to watch some YouTube videos, whatever, and Brian and his sister had just left to go to the store, and I was home alone at the time, whatever, there's nobody with me, and I'm like scrolling on my phone, and I was just about to click play on a video, and I heard somebody yell, Ariana, like in a really low, like man voice. And I remember like taking my earbud out, and I just sat there for a little bit like listening, because I'm like, because it sounded like a man yelling, and it sounded like it was like right by me, but it wasn't loud, if that makes sense. It just sounded like someone was yelling, but it was very quiet, but it sounded like it was right next to me. And I like was sitting there trying to listen to see like what was that. And I remember calling Brian, and I was like, Brian, did you just yell my name? Because I thought maybe he had come home and like needed me to open the front door or whatever. It wasn't him. He said it, he's like, oh, check to see if my parents came over. Nope, wasn't his parents, wasn't anybody. Nobody around us would have known my name. And I was like, well, that's creepy. So I closed the bedroom door. I put both my headphones in and just watched YouTube videos till Brian got home. And thankfully he got home pretty quick. And then there was another one where Brian was younger, and he was sleeping in bed, and I guess, like, I don't know the full story I'll have to have him tell you guys eventually, but he said that he got, like, a notebook legitly thrown at him. Like, he was in bed. I don't know if he said he was playing video games or what, but he said, like, the notebook literally, like, flew at him, like somebody threw it. And then I'm not even eating. This is, like, hardly even a mukbang, so I'm gonna take a couple bites again. This is really good. I need to get better about knowing how to talk and eat at the same time, because a mukbang, you can talk with your mouth open, who cares? I love watching mukbangs. I always watch Sass ASMR, Nikocado Avocado, Zach Choi. Who else does mukbangs that I like? I mean, like Charles and Alyssa I like to watch. I don't know who else. Okay. So. Oh yeah, there was another one. And let me tell you, I am not the only one who saw black figures at our old apartment. His mom, his dad, his sister, me, and Brian have all seen black figures at that old apartment. It's because it was like right next to the cemetery. So I think there was like spirits that were like stuck, or it was evil spirits, or it was good spirits. I don't really know much about black figures, but yes. So there was another time when Brian saw a shadow figure, whatever, and it was late at night. It was just him and I in the apartment, I'm pretty sure. And he had gone to the bathroom and he was going to walk out. Okay, so right when he walked into the apartment, there was a living room. Straight ahead was the kitchen. You take a left from the front door. The bathroom was right here, and then the 2 bedrooms were right here. So he had come out of the bathroom to walk towards the living room area to take a left into the kitchen. And he looked, and the screen door was like right straight out from the hallway. He said that he's seen a very tall black figure standing right at the sliding screen door. And I don't know if the screen glass door was shut or if it was just the screen itself, whatever. And the other one was open. I'm not really sure. But I guess, sorry, I need to take a drink. But I guess, like, he's seen the shadow figure, and then he went back into the bathroom because he was, like, really scared, whatever, and he, like, had kept calling my name to come, like, out and, like, go out there, whatever. And I remember, like, when I walked out to the hallway, I looked straight at the door because, like, I was afraid, but I, like, wasn't scared if that, like, I was just nervous, I guess, is how you could put it. So, like, I walked out to the room or whatever, and I, like, was looking around, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't really see anything. I'm like, Brian, you're good to come out. And, like, I think Brian is more scared of, like, spirits and stuff than I am because I've had more experiences, I guess, than he has. But yeah, so then when he finally came out, and, like, forever, he was, like, scared to look out that window because, like, his mom has seen one outside that window. I think his sister has seen some outside that window. His dad has seen some outside that window. And there's just been, like, a lot of crazy things that have happened. And then I have a couple more stories. So we've also, okay, so the first time I ever had this happen, we've had it happen a few times, which I know this is going to sound really weird. I've looked it up before and I'll give you the meaning of it, I think is what the meaning of it is after I'm done explaining. But there was this one night when I was going to bed and it was like really late at night. I think it was probably like, well, late at night at the time because I worked first shift, but it was like midnight, 1 a.m. And Brian wasn't going to come home till like maybe like 3 or 4 because he had worked at this grocery store at the time to clean whatever. And I was laying in bed and I was using my phone, whatever, and I like had put my phone down, set my alarm to get up for work in the morning. And I'm laying there in bed and all of a sudden the bed just starts vibrating. It's like, it wasn't an intense vibration, but I could feel it in my legs, and then slowly it like moved up my whole body. And it wasn't my body vibrating, it was the mattress itself. And I remember like kicking my feet. I was like, okay, it's like my nerves doing this? Like what's going on? And I remember like my heart racing because I was like, what is that? I checked my phone, nobody was calling me, like it wasn't coming from my phone. And it was like a very weird vibration that I've never felt before. That sounds really wrong. Be quiet. Sick pigs. But so like the bed was vibrating and I remember going out to the living room and I was like telling Brian's dad, I was like what's going on? Like I had the bed vibrate on me, like what does this mean? You know, he's like, oh, nothing, like just go back to bed, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I go back to bed and it just kept like happening and happening and happening. Like it was happening like quite often at that old apartment that we lived at. Like this was like a few years ago and it just kept happening, and I looked up the meaning of it, and apparently it means that there's like a spirit trying to communicate with you. Whether it's a bad one, a good one, whatever, I guess, you know, that's your time of relaxation and your time of like when your body like relaxes, is just them trying to communicate with you. And I don't like really have anybody that would try and communicate with me other than maybe my grandpa. I don't know. But to me, it's just like really creepy because like at every place I've moved to, it happens. Like I would say my current place that I'm living at now, it's only happened maybe like 4 times since I've moved in. And it's not as intense as it was a few years ago when I lived at the haunted apartment. Because that's where like a lot of our activity happened. And like living here, I've never had anything happen. Although one thing, so I have a Ring camera that's on my TV stand. And there was one night when I was like scrolling through the clips, and there was like a clip between like 3 and 4 a.m. And my kitchen chair like slid back and like moved like I would say like an inch or two. And I kept like replaying it, like sliding it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm like, am I going crazy? Like, is my chair actually moving, or like what's going on? And the chair was moving on the Ring camera. And that's like the first thing I've ever like had happen at this place before. Like I've never felt like scared here. I'm home alone right now, and I'm not even scared. Like there's just like so many things that I've had happen to me that like things like that don't really faze me anymore. Especially like I can feel presence, and I don't feel any presence here. I don't feel scared. Like being here alone, I don't feel like I'm being watched like I used to always feel. And yeah, so those are most of my stories. If you guys like ghost stories, I can try and think of some more that I've had happen. So far, those are all of the ones that I had written down. But I'm gonna eat more of this sandwich because I'm eating very slow because I'm too busy talking about ghost stories because that's what I love. So apparently instead of a mukbang, it's just a ghost story video while I eat. Whatever. These are my favorite chips ever. But yeah, so today, you'll see my vlog, but I went shopping with my mom. We went and got dumplings today. They were so freaking good. The only thing that sucks is that place is kind of expensive, so I try not to go there often because the food that you guys seen on the table was already $50 itself. And that's kind of expensive, but it fills you up. It's good quality and it's delicious, so it's worth it to me. But I don't really go there that often, so my hips hurt from sitting like this. I need to find a better spot to mukbang in because every time I do like an eat with me, I hate sitting on, like, I hate sitting crisscross applesauce because obviously I'm a bigger girl, so like sitting like this hurts my legs. So I gotta try and find like something better because underneath this coffee table that I'm eating at, it's got like this black like frame, and I can't like put my legs on it because it's like, I don't know, it's weird, but I need to find a better spot to mukbang in. I only have 5 minutes of recording left. So I guess I'm just going to eat a little bit more of this and then I'll cut the video off. Thank you so much for watching, guys. When I first started YouTube last year, I started at 0 subscribers. And I was at 32 subscribers at the end of when I stopped recording last year. And I went 10 months without recording. And just now, within the last couple of weeks of me recording videos, I have gained, I was at 32, now I'm at 41. So I've gained almost 10 subscribers. Sorry, my mind was just glitching. I've gained almost 10 subscribers just within the last couple weeks. So thank you so much to you guys who have subscribed and watched my videos. I know some of these videos are really long, but I truly do appreciate you guys watching. This is something that I really enjoy doing. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I did like YouTube videos back in the day, and you know, just within the last year I've made videos and stuff, but I truly love doing this. It's like something that I've always wanted to do. I just never really like put my mind to it, but I'm so glad that I'm like back into it and I'm making videos more. And thank you so much to you guys who watch and support me and subscribed and liked and commented, all that stuff. I really appreciate it because it's, you know, motivating me to keep going when people like support me and stuff. So thank you so much. And I will definitely keep making more videos, and please comment down below any videos or video recommended. Why can I not talk? Video recommendations you guys have. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I think I'm just going to cut the video now because I think I have like maybe a minute and a half left to record. But thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys in another video. I'm sorry I didn't give you guys a full mukbang, but at least we got to talk a little bit. And I'm going to probably do another mukbang tomorrow, so I have other stuff to talk about. I'm going to be doing a Q&A in that video, so if you guys have any questions for me, comment them down below in this video or message me privately. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in another video. Peace!